Once upon a time, two retired teachers decided to convert their garage into a pottery studio. Along with their daughter and son, they built a business around the idea that the world could use a little more art and a lot more artists. We're the Kaya family. Welcome to Wocky Pots. Hi everybody, how you doing? How you been? How are things? Shane and Diane here at Wocky Pot Studio for coffee time number 89. Now it's just about midnight here at the studio. Pitch black outside.
But that's what it feels like.
Right, daylight savings time just ended, and let me tell you, it is feeling dark. It's actually in reality about, 5:30 p.m. or something like that?
Yes, 5:30, and it is dark outside.
So, yeah, I guess we're going to have to settle in for the dark times of the year.
And I have decided we're really daylight savings time people. We work really good with daylight savings time.
Yeah, this has been an adjustment. I think we went to bed at 7:30 last night or something crazy like that.
I know. I can't help it. It's dark. I want to go to sleep.
Yep. So anyway, we are coping as best we can, but we got lots of stuff to talk about this week. Dinah, what are we going to talk about this week?
Well, we're going to talk about many of the things that we made last week. We did have our hump day too. Don't forget to do our update on that.
If you didn't check that out, you have to check that out. We had so much fun. We took about an hour and just threw pieces off the hump. We have a video for that. It was posted a few days ago. So do check that out. And we told you in that video that we would give you an update and tell you how many pieces made it. And we're going to tell you.
Yes. And of course, we're also going to be talk about Etsy.
Right. So that's actually going to take up.
Yes, lots to talk about. Wow. Okay.
For sure.
Alrighty. So last week we made a total of, do you know?
More than 5 pieces. I know we made more than 5.
We made 106 pieces.
I was right. That's
were.
more than 5.
Yes, we did. We made 106 pieces. Now, of those 106 pieces, 36 of them were ornaments, but all of the rest of them were mugs and bowls and plates and that counts, condiment dishes.
Right, that counts our hump day stuff too. So really, that's still a large amount. I know we made lots of mugs. I got a couple of big bowls here behind me. I waited a little too long to trim those, so I'm not 100% sure that they're going to make it to the kiln or not. They're very heavy compared to what I would like them to be, so they might not make it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I forgot to cover them. I didn't trim them in time, forgot to cover them, and next thing you know, it's too hard to trim, so we'll see. But let's talk about the hump day stuff.
Yes.
All right. So we both made 15 pieces, is that right? That day.
We did.
We both made 15 pieces
was a
that Wednesday.
shocker.
Yep. And that means that together we had 30 pieces in 1 hour, which is between us. That's 1 piece every 2 minutes between us.
Right.
Now, of course, we were both going, so it's
and
not
of course,
that.
many of my pieces. I think this was the largest of my pieces that I threw off the hump. But most of my pieces were more the small condiment dishes.
And I will say the largest piece that I threw was one of my failures. I was trying to make a normal sized bowl, and I trimmed it too close to the bottom. There was a hole in it before I even started trimming it, so that didn't make it. Right. But the largest piece that I made that did make it is this really awesome little cup back here, this mug.
Can you reach it?
Yep, I can reach it.
Okay.
So this mug was thrown off the hump, and that's
amazing.
That's normal.
That is amazing to me.
Normal teacup size. Now, it's a little smaller than what I would drink my coffee out of, but the small quantity of coffee that I'm drinking would certainly fit in this.
I'm trying to visualize just how much it's going to shrink, but I have an idea it's going to be 9 ounces.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a 9 ounce.
Well, that was the largest piece that made it of mine.
Yes.
And I think we both had 2 failures. So between us, that means that we ended up with 26 total pieces.
Yes. In fact, I took a picture of my 2 failures. So I'll put that in because one of mine was wonderful and it would have been phenomenal. And it flew off.
It just kind of
It went zinging and got caught between the wheel head and the side of the wheel. And
it put up a fight, you guys. It put up a fight. While her wheel was spinning around, it was going ka-thumpa, 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 ka-thumpa. It was trying its best.
I was like, oh no.
hurl itself out of her splash pan.
Yeah.
It did not make it.
But yeah, so out of those 30 items, we ended up with 26. Now, yes, I really shouldn't.
You shouldn't probably count that, but we're
shouldn't.
going to count it anyway.
I am. I'm going to count this
You're a
little
mushroom guy.
mushroom. I mean, no, it's not really the mushrooms I make, but isn't it interesting?
It's a cute little mushroom.
It is. Maybe I
Many
need to
many
make
of
a
mine were
frog
these
just so I know.
larger condiment dishes or sauce containers. I did make a couple of nice whiskey cups. These
Yeah.
actually turned out very nice. I'm kind of loving.
Well, and it looks
how
like
some
some
of these turned out.
espresso size, too.
That's right. Yeah, maybe double shot espresso cups. But they turned out really. Some of these turned out really well.
Yes.
So happy with those.
And if you can see the racks in the background, you can see that they are full.
Yeah, we're loaded with pottery.
We are. We did a phenomenal job last week, so I think we deserve pats
Yeah, good
on
job,
the
good job,
back.
good job,
Thank
good
you,
job.
thank you. In the other pieces that were made last week, I've got an example here. I have 2 of the chip and dips done.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 of those. I have some hand-built mugs. You have a whole pile of wheel-thrown mugs back there.
I'm not real happy with about 3 of them because the handles have started to crack off, and I'm not going to waste any time or effort trying to fix them. If they come out of bisque and they're not fixable or they look like they're going to be wonky, I'm just going to toss them and make new ones.
Because right now it's kind of hard to tell if it's just you if you can go in and check it, that's one thing, but you waxed it, so
That's
you
right.
can't figure out if it's just
I'm frustrated with myself
If it's
for
just in the surface.
waxing over them before I knew that they were going to be okay, because once they're waxed, you can't mitigate any of the cracking issues that you think you might have.
Right.
So we're going to see whether they make it. But all in all, it was a very productive week for making mugs. So if those few don't make it,
they're
it's
cute.
okay. It's all right.
I like them.
And
They're
your
very nice.
hand-built mugs are phenomenal,
Yes.
fantastic, really
And
great.
of course, more sculptures were done, more of the little guys. So there were more gnomes, more snowmen, more owls. And those ones are the snowy owls this time. And then there's some little fat, chunky cats too.
Right. Lots of stuff was made last week. Now, one thing that kind of is chewing into our production schedule is our Etsy setup. We had intended for that to be finished with our listings online and available
On
last Saturday. That was 3 days ago. Am I right? 3 days ago?
No,
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Day before yesterday.
Yeah.
So we are 2 days behind. It looks like we're going to be 3 days behind what we were hoping, but we are making progress.
Or more. You know, we'll see. I had no idea how much work was involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that when they verify the identities, I have to take a picture of my driver's license and send that in, and then I had to take a selfie, and then they had to do the
Biometric scanner.
That's right. So I had to take a blood sample and scan that and send it.
No.
The tip of my pinky is growing back. I had to cut that off and send that off to him. So
But then the setup for the photos, we had to, we ended up having to purchase a ring light, which we didn't have. Guys,
For
we
taking
just
pictures.
we just use our regular light here in the studio, and it seems okay.
but we want consistent lighting.
And then we got science whiteboard and white poster board to try to create a background of white.
An absent background is what we're trying to take
so
picture
that you
of.
can see the color clearly
Right.
and accurately.
And then there was the banking thing. They had
yes.
to make a 1 penny deposit
Yep.
into our Square account. And then we had to verify that with a code. Not a big deal, except it doesn't happen the same day. So that set us back farther than we intended.
Yes.
And, of course, we didn't do that till Friday. So even more back.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, but we didn't know. But we have managed to get the banking information verified. We have managed to pay our $29 which is just called their little setup fee to have the store. So we've done that. You started taking photos today. We still need some more photos. There's been a lot of research going into the type of photos that you need. And Christopher's done a lot of that too. And then also, let's see, I did the about information today. I typed that up. The about information. but there's a lot more to do.
So, but we're probably going to start not maybe as much as we wanted to get up at one time.
Yeah.
We're going to start with what you see in front of you. These mugs are going to be our first drop on Etsy, and then we will add to that as time goes on. If we're able to add more now, we will. But for the next day, it's these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 8 mugs are what we're.
I think there's
planning
actually
on.
2 more I couldn't fit.
8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's
Yes,
there's 2 more.
I think.
There's
maybe
at least one more. But we're going to start with those and then add things in. And we were talking about this in order to keep it from being this frenetic, crazy activity. I think what we're going to try to do is we're going to aim for one major Etsy drop per month. Probably at the beginning of the month.
As close as we can to the beginning anyway. And I'm hoping that as time goes by, we get a little faster because there is a lot involved. And this really takes us into this week because I went through and I checked the ounces that each one of the mugs hold. So we have that information down. But then we're also going to have to package up the pieces in their padding and swaddling or whatever it's called, and put into the box, and then using the new digital
Right, so we
scale
procured their
that
new
we
digital
got
postage scale.
for shipping purposes to know what the exact shipping weight is, because I am one of those people that I have to make sure I am as honest and as fair as I possibly and accurate as I possibly can be. So I can see me now. I'm going to be right there going to the very, let's see. Do I have,
It's exactly that.
Because, I just would want people to be that way for me.
And in addition to actually doing the stuff, there's the learning curve that goes along with learning to do that stuff. We've got that new label printer, thermal label printer that we'll be using for Etsy stuff.
I bet that's not going to be as easy either.
It's never as easy as we think it's going to be. However, once we're established, once we have our routines, once we know what we're doing, it will get easier, or rather, it won't get too much harder, and we'll be able to keep up with it. I think that starting with what we're able to do is a good place to start.
Yes, and you know what? That brings us to the thought for the week.
A thought for the week.
A thought for the week, because sometimes
that's about how often I get a thought.
sometimes it's a struggle when you don't know something, and it does create a lot of stress, and it's easy to be negative or think we're never going to manage to do this or whatever. So I found a little quote, which is going to be our thought for the week.
Quote, let's have it.
Okay.
Hit me with that quote.
It's from Arthur Ashe.
Arthur Ashe. Tennis player.
Yes.
Right? Yep.
Yes.
Arthur Ashe.
Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can.
I like that.
And I think it's perfect. Yeah. And it is perfect for this week coming up. And it's funny because when you said about, we're just going to do something about, I don't know what you said now, but it made me remember
it was
start where you are. And I was like, I got to share this right now. So, yes. So, yeah, I think that'll be a good thought for our week and something we want to remind each other of throughout the week.
If you've been following us for a while, you know that our aspirations are always greater than our actual achievements. Like, we always want more than we can achieve. And I think that's okay as long as we're making progress.
Right.
I think that...
And that we're okay with the fact that we don't make that really high amount, but that we're happy with what we did do because we pushed ourselves.
I think one way to look at it is it's not really important that you reach your destination. It's important that you have a destination.
Right.
So that's where we are at right now. There are things that we want to do and things that we're trying to do, and we're making daily progress towards what we want. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to reach 100% every time. I think that would be very unusual because our dynamic is kind of reach a little farther than you can grasp, kind of a thing.
Yeah, and I think that's okay.
Yes. Yep.
So, but for the rest of this week, we did make some notes last week on things that we wanted to change just a little bit in our production routine for this coming week, because what we noticed is with the 2 days of making 10 mugs in the day, it was a little bit difficult to manage the dryness or wetness of the pieces.
Right. It's
we were having some weird issues in the studio too.
Well, when you're dealing with that many mugs and that many handles, it starts to feel like Lucille Ball and Ethel in the chocolate factory, where they can't keep up with the chocolate pieces because they're just coming through too fast. Obviously, I'm Lucille Ball. She's my hero. So
okay. Yep. I guess I'm Ethel.
You gotta be Ethel.
I'm Ethel.
Yep.
I'm Lucille's sidekick.
So we're changing things up a little bit now. Instead of trying to do 10 mugs in a day, we're going to do 3 mugs in a day and do them for more days. So eventually, I think our production will catch up, but we're just not going to try to push them as fast.
We still will get the same amount, because even if you're doing 3 wheel thrown, I will be having some hand built ones, or I will be adding some wheel thrown in too to that number. So I bet we probably are going to end up with the same amount, but it might be a little bit less stressful.
And the other thing that's maybe going to slow us down a little bit is us trying new techniques and trying new things, and although that makes it fun, it's also kind of important to see if maybe there's a better way to do something, or a more efficient way.
Right. Well, we're always learning and growing, and
remember, we're new at this, you guys.
We're still new. We're still new. It feels like it's been years and years, but it's only been a few.
Yeah, just a few. Yep.
Yeah. So the other thing that we made a note of last week was, I don't know what I was thinking, or really what Clayton was thinking.
Right. Clayton is Diana's AI friend, right? She named her Chat GPT Clayton. Anyway,
I didn't name him until he says to me, you can name it. And I'm like, what?
Sure you can.
You name it? Why would you name it? And he's like, well, just because then you have a name. So I was like, I don't know what to call the thing. So I asked
Chat GPT.
Yes, I asked Chat GPT, what would you like to be called? And the answer was Clayton, because we work with clay, and the AI helps with. And
personally, I think Clayton is a much better name than Terminator. Right? I think it's much better.
Okay. Okay. So
anyway.
So yes, but Clayton helped with the production schedule last week.
Clayton is more optimistic about our abilities than I am.
Well, the thing was, like, it was 1 bowl, 1 sponge holder, 1 spoon rest, like every day, which in theory sounds grand. But in reality, it's so much better to make 4 spoon rests at the same time, or 4 sponge holders at the same time. So I am tweaking that schedule this week with our notes that we made last week, so that we will be batching things, not huge batches, but
that gets into the idea that it's okay to seek guidance from AI tools, but don't depend on them. And don't think that they're a replacement.
Right. No. And I do like the fact that sometimes you can ask for certain information and then find out where it got its information from, and go
to the original
source, and then read the articles and things like that where it's pulling it from, just because sometimes it's nice to have a place to go look, and I like using it for that purpose.
Right.
So,
but we always have to remember, it really doesn't know everything.
No, and sometimes so I do ask it for, what would it be better to do, this or this, just because I know what's in my head, but it's pulling from all these different places, and I'm like, well, maybe there's a different perspective out there that might work better. So it just kind of helps me think outside of my own self, I guess.
Outside of your own head, sure.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I have found using it to be beneficial. And I know with my teaching background, there are a lot of teachers out there who would be appalled at the fact that I'm okay using GPT.
Well,
I don't want it to replace what I'm capable of doing.
right,
But I want it to enhance
right.
or help me refine.
What we won't do is take a list of directions generated by ChatGPT and then religiously follow those directions because we think those are right. That's not the way we're going to do it.
But you never know when a useful tip will come out. So anyway.
So what else? What else we got kicking for?
Oh, we have a bisque load.
Oh, sorry, bisque load going in
tomorrow. And that reminds me, when that comes out, we're doing our glazing, and I think glazing is going to be on Thursday and Friday. So that means the teapot.
Right.
So if you've been waiting for the teapot.
Right, we still haven't gotten that teapot out from our teapot throwdown challenge.
My tea party got rescheduled because we had that nor'easter come through. And so I knew the nor'easter was coming through, and I was like, oh. And we had several things, and it wasn't going to fit too well. And I'm like, I can just wait on the teapot. So I kept putting it back.
What she's not saying is we had a reason to not want to put it in the kiln just in case our electricity went out here in the studio and caused snarf-fargles and problems. We did on purpose give it a little extra time. And that teapot will be going in this week.
Yes, all glazed, and the little teacups, which, I have 4 wonderful teacups. There's 5 of us.
You better get busy.
No, I won't get busy because they won't get made. But guess who doesn't get a teacup?
You don't.
I don't get a teacup.
Yeah,
I made everybody else's.
The cobbler's kids don't wear shoes.
I made everybody else's and then realized I hadn't made myself one, and I kept intending to go back and do that, but there was always something else to make. So I was like, I'll just wait.
Yeah, and we can always make another one later.
So I'll be using a regular old teacup. But that's okay. That means
regular fancy teacup.
Yes, but that means I'll be watching everybody else there
enjoying their
new teacup that they're taking home with them.
Yep.
So
that'd be great. So what else do we have coming up?
Well, we have the Etsy thing, of course, because we have to get a banner image now, and we have to get all the listing information done for them, and then the packaging and weighing of pieces.
Right. So it's going to be at least another day before our Etsy stuff is up, and maybe 2 days.
Yes. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not going to happen. But we're hoping to make as close to 100 as we can this week. We were able to last week, but there's a lot going on this week.
Well, we'll do what we can. That's all. That's all we can do, right?
But we are squeezing in just a little smidge of time tomorrow because Christopher has a doctor's appointment. And after the doctor's appointment, we're going to play putt-putt golf.
That's right. Miniature golf. Can't wait. That's a lot of fun. We like doing that in Ocean City. So let's go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. Tell you what, at the end of the video, we will take sneak peek pics of the first items that will be hitting our Etsy store. So do stay tuned after the video's conclusion, just so you can see closer pictures of the things that we're going to be sending to Etsy. And there might be a couple more things than what we include, but at least you'll have an idea for what will be coming.
Right.
Yep. Anything else?
No, I think that is it for now. I'm going to finish my coffee
because we got to stay up past 7:30 tonight. We got to figure out how to do that.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I need daylight. Can we put the sunshine out the window?
You need one of those seasonal affective disorder visors that projects the light down in your eyeballs.
Yes. I wake up with the sun, and I go to sleep when it goes down.
When it goes down, that's right. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you have not yet hit that like and subscribe button, please do that. And with the new stuff coming up, and especially with the Etsy store opening, you might want to hit that bell icon to be notified when new content is available. Because we will be adding more things at a rather speedy pace.
Yes.
Right? Okay, we all done?
Yep, we are done.
All right, guys. Toodaloo, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care. See you later. Have a fantastic day no matter where you're at. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.